We earlier told you that the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, that's the EFCC, will be demanding the assets declaration forms of all bankers across the country, and those forms will be demanded from June the 1st. And joining us now to discuss this is the Executive Director of Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Centre, Auwal Rafsanjani. Good to have you join us, Auwal Rafsanjani. You are in clear support of this move or this directive by the EFCC. How far do you think this will go in plugging the loopholes that we have seen so far in the fight against corruption?
Thank you very much. We are fully in support of the intervention by EFCC to ensure compliance of already an existing law that compels, bankers to declare their assets. But because of the, growing impunity in the country and disrespect of rule of law and lack of compliance with our laws and policies in the country, some people continue to ignore that. So when EFCC, the new EFCC chairman, pronounced that all bankers must actually comply with this law, we felt that it was in order. It is within the constitutional or legal framework that we already have in place that actually compels these people, to declare their asset. There are a lot of benefits to that for Nigeria and for the country, for the people of Nigeria. One, all the people that have been suspected to be financing, terrorism and criminality, with this declaration of their asset, will be able to, know them, and it will be able to minimize or at least establish those who are behind that. The second issue is that we'll be able to appropriately tax those people who have huge amount, who are making huge amount of profit without paying tax to government for development. Thirdly, it is also going to help in terms of minimizing or reducing illicit financial flow, which the country records the highest even in Africa. Fourthly, of course, the money laundering business that is been happening in the country, this enforcement will also checkmate it. Again, number 5 is that
just allow me quickly jump in here. I know you're highlighting the benefits of this directive, but why some people agree that there are benefits, but they basically think that it is like a case of the hunter that ignores the elephant and goes after the rat, which is to say that the anti-graft agency might be it's a wrong focus or a wrong priority here. What do you make of that?
I don't think any right-thinking person, anybody who believes in Nigeria and want to bring some level of sanity and financial management in the country will definitely support this move by EFCC, because a lot of corrupt officials are using banks to siphon public taxpayers' money. All the money that has been stolen in this country, they do it, with the use of financial institutions in the country. And therefore, only those who are benefiting from this looting that, are trying to frustrate this effort to ensure that, bankers and financial institutions declare their assets. Ideally, if you go to other countries, you will see this thing is not a debatable thing. But in Nigeria, people who benefit from corrupt system, they always want to give it, a protective, way. But I think, if we are serious about fight against corruption, we must support the effort of the EFCC to sanitize this process, because the financial institutions are the major institutions being used for money laundering, for illicit financial flow, for looting, of public treasury. And therefore, any effort that, will help to minimize or to stop this act of unpatriotic work by some Nigerians, I think we should welcome it and we should support the EFCC to ensure that that is done. Because we have seen how the illicit financial flow has drained the country from realizing any development. We have seen how money laundering through the financial institution has also created the level of instability we see. All this instability, insurgency, Boko Haram, kidnapping, they are using financial institutions to achieve that. And therefore, we cannot be talking about corruption if we cannot block this. And that's why we are calling on Central Bank of Nigeria as financial regulator to ensure that they support EFCC in this effort. They themselves as Central Bank.
Absolutely. I'm afraid we do have to leave it there. I just have a few seconds left. I'm afraid we do have to leave it there. Executive Director, Civil Society Legislative Advocacy Centre, Auwal Rafsanjani. Thanks for talking to us.